fill a couple of tanks here off of the Scott Safety Revolve Air. And when we look at the machine itself, we've got our storage bank 1, 2, and 3 over here. That's these Cascade bottles. All right. So if we want to fill off 1, 2, or 3, that's what we would use. But you can see that they're all at about 5,500. These gauges are only good but with about 10% room for error. This is in manual mode right now. We want to do that because if we're in auto and one of these lines were to break and we're not staffed 24 hours a day, this thing could run until it kills itself. So we don't want to do that. So we'll stay in manual mode. And then essentially we're going to turn this thing on. It's in a cool down cycle right now, but we have plenty of air to fill our bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up storage bank 1 to begin with. Okay, we always want to fill off of our lowest bottle first and then move to the next bottle, then to the next bottle. That's called cascading. So even if we only fill to 600 pounds here, then we're going to go here and fill to 1,000 pounds, and then we're going to go here to fill it to the remaining amount to get to 4,500. If we do all 3 at the same time, once we get to 4,500, we're out of luck. We can't fill anything above that anymore. So we're going to cascade this system. If at any time you run into issues, just hit the E-stop right here and it'll shut everything down. Okay, so when we get here, our bottles do not need the valves open to fill. So this CGA valve fitting is a one-way fitting, so it can only be filled. So we don't have to open anything. We're just going to put this on here. And we're going to thread it on, hand tight. We got 2 of them that are low. We're going to do this other one here. And we're going to make sure this bleeder valve is shut. Okay, we're unlocked right now with this lever. You can see that there's pinch points here. When we rotate this, want to make sure our fingers don't get caught in there. All right, this is all locked up right now. We're going to lock it and it's going to begin to fill if this is open. All right, so we've got this open right now, our compressor pressure and our regulator pressure. We want to fill these nice and slow, because if we fill it too fast, and this bottle you can see is already pretty full. If we fill it too quickly, now this is, the regulator is not set to go to 4,500, so we're going to keep going. Makes a little noise as normal. We're going to fill it nice and slow until we get to 4,500. Once we have this knob set, our regulator pressure at 4,500, it will stay there. So unless the dive team comes or something and changes it, it should always be at 4,500. Alright, so once this is full, we got these all the way topped off, which we're there. You can hear when we go to the unlocked position, it stops filling. Alright, we could have put 2 more empty bottles on this side, made sure the bleeder was shut. Now when we turn this and lock it, you're going to hear the start to fill. Okay, you heard it start. It will fill those other bottles. Now all we need to do is bleed this. If at any given time you can't loosen a fitting, it's because there's air on it somewhere. So remember that. Now we're going to undo these. These are really hot when you're done. It means you filled them too fast. And once the air cools off, you'll wind up losing a bunch of pressure inside your bottle. Okay, so we can take these out one at a time and get these back on the truck and back onto air packs. And then once we're done with everything here, we're just gonna make sure we put these rubber caps on. And then we're gonna put these plugs back in. If you've used air out of all 3 of these tanks, you can hit start to run once you're done filling and open all these up and just leave them open. Once the compressor gets them to a completed fill, it'll go ahead and shut itself off. Next time we come in, we can shut these off and just keep these full. But otherwise, that's it.